Let's go.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Monday AMA. Today's AMA is going to be a little bit different than usual. I had a whole different agenda planned out for what we were going to be talking about today, but we'll leave that for next week. Unfortunately, we've been getting hit with some FUD attacks from some previous community members, which is fine. It happens. Shit like that happens. So what we're going to be doing today is there's a list of some things that I have written down that I'm going to address, and hopefully we could clear these things up. Before I even get into it, I just want to let you guys know we have these AMAs 2 times a week, every single week, 4 questions. If people don't ask questions and then they go around, trying to FUD and make assumptions on things, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's as if, like, why don't you come in and ask that question on one of our AMAs that we hold 2 times a week? So it's very blatantly obvious that it's just a FUD attack and nothing else to it. But we're going to go ahead and address it anyway now. Um, Obviously, a lot of this has been coming from Josh Elon, as you could see in my well worded pinned message that I had pretty much pointed in there. Look, I don't like doing this type of shit. I don't like calling people out. I've never done this, and this is a first for us in the community. So, but whatever, it's just gonna have to get done. So, kind of to give you guys a little backstory, we hired Josh, or Josh Elon, whatever you want to call him, a few months back, like, well, not a few months back, but like right around our launch, right? So, uh, right around launch, things were really crazy. We were growing at a crazy, crazy rate, and he was a pretty good community guy. Like he knew how to manage things. He knew how to talk to people. He knew he offered a lot of things to bring to the table. He was managing a bunch of different admin groups, managing the shill army, managing the shill wheel, tens of 20s of whatever difference of other, can't even talk, but 10, 20 different other things. So, all is good and dandy. So we talked to him, and he gives us a deal as to, like, hey, if you want these services, I can pretty much do it for this price. But it's whatever. I love the community. I'll do it for free. Even we're like, no, man, we'll pay you. It's fine. We'll get you paid. You do a good job. You do this. You do that. Months go on. Everything is fine and dandy, and then bear market hits. Right? Bear market hits. Things come to a complete halt. There is no more managing happening on his end. There's no more need for the work. So we hit him up politely, say, hey, dude, um, we don't need this job anymore from you, right? Because all those raids or all those management things that you were doing, they're not happening anymore. We're paying you thousands of dollars to come up and spin a wheel every week. Like that's all you were doing. So we're super polite, super professional about it. And what happens in return? He immediately says, okay, leaves every single community group that he's in, leaves our community, and just bounces. It's not like we did anything wrong by the guy. You get what I'm saying? It's we could have just not even paid him in the first place or gave him a job in the first place. So anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I just wanted to, like, clear the air as far as that goes, as to why or how he was even involved in the community and why he even left. The only thing that was keeping him around was that monthly payment that we were sending him. So for the past who knows how long, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, he was probably just forcing himself to be on to talk to you guys or whatever, just because he didn't want to miss out on getting his paycheck or whatever you want to call it, right? on top of all of that, we did a lot of things to help him out. We went out of our way to help him out. I'm not even going to get into the personal stuff. It's all good. I kind of wanted to go into it and kind of really get personal on this, but I slept over it overnight, and I decided that I'm not that person, and I'm not going to really go in and try to target anybody or anything. I don't want to steep down to other people's levels. So we'll just leave that to where it is, and we'll start addressing some of the FUD. All right. So, and by the way, hold on, let me read this real quick. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, never mind. So we'll just get right into it. So here's 4 points of things that he wrote in a Discord, right? He says, number one, the marketing wallet has been siphoning all the money out of the project to a central exchange wallet where it then becomes untraceable for quite some time. Okay, let's address that first. So firstly, if you're going to be making accusations, claims like that, I would really, really want you to post transactions so that we can refer to them specifically. But whatever, since you didn't, we'll just refer to it as a whole. Sending money, sending tokens to a centralized exchange is necessary for what we do for three different reasons, or even more reasons, but I'll name you three of them. Number one, when you go on a centralized exchange, you have to supply them with tokens, and then you have to supply them with a pair, whether that's ETH, whether that's USDT, whether it's USDT, whatever, USDC or USDT, whatever the case is, you have to supply them with a token pair. So if we supply them with $10,000 of Shibadoge, for example, we have to supply them with $10,000 worth of ETH or $10,000 worth of USDC to match. And number two, there's something that you guys don't know, because this is what goes into the operation part of things. It's called market making. Market making is another crucial part of getting exchanges to operate properly. What a market making team does, I'm not going to go into a full detailed thing about it, but what market making is they trade back and forth on exchanges, and you can do a Google search and it'll give you a way better explanation than what I'll be able to give you. In the process of market making, sometimes those pairs that I talked about fall out of whack, and you have to resupply a few $100s here to match that up, a few $100s there to match that up, a few thousand, depending on what kind of volumes is happening. So it constantly requires to be replenished, which is what happens there on that end. Number three, we send tokens to exchanges for different marketing reasons. We send tokens to exchanges for all types of different reasons that they ask for, right? So there could be a liquidity issue on a certain exchange that they're running out of tokens. There could be a whole scenario of different things that they ask for, right? So, I mean, I would love for you to be able to provide certain transactions, and we'll go over them one by one if that's what's needed. But regardless, that's just a broad example of what requires the marketing wallet to be sending tokens in ETH or USDC or USDT to different exchanges. So number two is, sorry, let me catch my breath here, but his next point is, it says, Shibadoge Peter's wallet has been transferring tokens to multiple wallets for quite some time, and those wallets have been selling. And it kind of like falls in line with his third point. Hold on, let me read that. It says, some random wallet last night had a transaction on Shibadoge that I've never seen, but came up as a liquidity withdrawal. So I'll answer that one first. I tried to look up what he's even talking about, and I couldn't find it. So if anybody in the chat has a screenshot or an Etherscan link, feel free to send it to me so I could see. But I don't know what the third point is. The second point, where he says Shibadoge Peter's wallet has been transferring tokens to multiple wallets for quite some time, and those wallets have been selling. That is no secret that we have actually came up and talked to you guys about too in a previous AMA, that there were about a handful of players, a handful of people in the space that we paid and brought on board. And a part of them being brought on board for their marketing campaigns or whatever required us to have to give them some tokens, which wasn't a large amount at the time. And there was only a handful of those types of transactions. Nobody ever got anything before launch. Nobody got anything promised before launch or anything like that. Most of these were marketing acquisitions. One of them were Gooby, and then there was a couple other ones that I can't even remember at this point because just so much time has passed by. But the thing is, it's like, if they sell, that's not on us. If I give a giveaway winner, one of our guys won $35,000 pretty much, right? 500 quint in our last giveaway. If I send it over to him and he sells it, is that my fault? No, that's not my fault. It's his funds. He can do whatever he wants with them. It's a free market. It's an open market. Nobody is inclined to hold or sell or buy or whatever. You can do absolutely whatever you want with your funds. So that's to address that. Number three, again, from what he's saying, that last wallet looks like somebody just sent me a DM about that. So let me go ahead and look into it real quick. 1 second. If anybody has a question in the meantime while I look at this, go ahead and ask.
Yeah. So Leo, just to catch up on some of your points, the one about liquidity, anybody could add liquidity to the token, and the one I think they were referring to was like a couple dollars or whatever, but any person could add liquidity to the token, and you would see that as adding liquidity on Etherscan. But the good thing about Shiba Doge and the way its contract is written, we cannot pull out liquidity out of the contract. It's locked within the contract. So whenever you see add or withdraw liquidity on Etherscan, it's just a random person adding to the liquidity pool or removing from the liquidity pool.
Hey, Peter, Neo, did Edon say that the money or the liquidity was taken from Peter's Etherscan account? Is that what you were saying there? Sorry if I missed that point.
No, what I'm looking into it right now. They're saying supposedly that a wallet last night had a transaction on Shibadoge that came up as a liquidity withdrawal, and somebody just sent me a screenshot of it, so I'm looking at it right now. But that goes to what Peter's point is. It could just be someone who just supplied their own liquidity, and you get what I'm saying. Okay, it's very easy to supply your own liquidity.
No. I just
and Leo, the second point.
Exactly what happened. Look, I'm looking at it right now. They supplied $260 worth of their own liquidity and then withdrew some of that liquidity. And it's just, it looks like it's literally part of an organized FUD thing, because I mean, you guys could look at the Etherscan and track all those wallets and transactions back to where they originated from.
And to the second point, where tokens are being moved out of Peter's or the marketing wallet, that's just, there's shillers, there's marketing winners, and tokens come out of that wallet to the winners. So that is what it is.
Literally, where do you guys think we're going to pay out the winner for the 500 quint from? You think we're just going to mint new tokens out of nowhere and just be like, hey, buddy, here you go? No, that's not how it works. We have a allocation of tokens that not only belongs to the marketing wallet, but we bought them. We bought those tokens for certain reasons, for giving them away, to supplying them to other people, bringing on partnerships with other people. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, this is all part of business in a sense. Nobody is doing anything shady. And the thing is, nobody can do anything shady in this space because everything ties back and is tracked back. We have nothing to hide. We have AMAs 2 times a week, every single week. We encourage people to ask these hard questions, yet nobody ever does. Nobody ever asks these questions. And then they go and they start talking behind people's backs and start spreading false information. If you have a concern, step up. The floor is yours. You can ask any question you want at any time of the day that you want, literally. But if you really, really want a straight up answer, come on to the AMA and talk to us. I'm here every single week, man. Other than that, I mean, what else is there? Let me see. Let me look through these other DMs that I got and see if there's anything else we should address. Like, I don't want to go in on these guys, man, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to stoop down to other people's levels, and try to talk bad about people. Yeah, I had a little rant yesterday in the pinned message. Whatever, who cares? But I could go off. You don't even know what I could say. But the thing is, it's like I'm not gonna stoop down to the levels of other people.
Yeah, of course, Leo. And then at the end of the day, the only reason we're bringing this up and even paying attention to it is because they're spreading misinformation and FUD to whales in the project, right? So, yeah, and that's not cool because it's false information they're spreading and hoping that people sell. So once it gets to that, and once it's hurting every investor in the project at the same time. So once it gets to that level, obviously we need to discuss it.
Peter, also one thing that the community should remember is that the same people who are spreading this FUD are also shilling their own token, a different token. And so that should show you that they have an incentive to be spreading FUD and getting people to be fearful, sell our token and go buy their token. They have a whole agenda. They plan all of this out, and then they go and spread this misinformation as using their token as the solution, like we're the ones who are doing things the wrong way and their token is going to be the one to do the right way. Anytime someone is promoting something, then they obviously have an agenda, right? So ask yourself, those people who are spreading all of this FUD, what is their motive for this? Because they don't have tokens in our project anymore. So why do they care? What's their motive? If they already sold and left, what's their motive? Their motive is obviously clear. They want to get you to sell to go and buy their token. They're trying
So
to
look,
get
Max,
our
somebody
community and get people to join their community. Yeah, go ahead, Leo.
somebody told me something today, and it made complete sense. I was talking to somebody in the DM. I was like, dude, I wonder why these people are talking shit. Like, we've done nothing but good for them, this and that, blah blah blah. And he's all like, Leo, listen, this is all your fault. This is all your guys' fault. I'm like, what the hell? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean it's our fault? What have we done? He's like, you guys made it seem like it's too easy to build a community and do this and do that. And I agreed with them. I agree with them. We did make it look like it's easy and seamless. But for anybody who's listening, who's trying to build a community out there, it is not easy. You got to deal with X, Y, Z, 600 people talking to you at the same time, all this bullshit that people make up and spread false information left and right. It takes a lot of determination and a lot of stress to be able to do this in a way where you're not going to lose your mind, in a sense, right? So this is why being transparent has been the most beneficial thing to us and our community, is because that's what makes us different from everybody else. That's literally what makes us different from everybody else. You can't go and ask questions to 95% of these other projects and get a solid answer from the developer. We're here answering the hard questions every single week after week. The thing is, you guys aren't asking these questions.
And we have nothing to hide. We're here right now asking people to come in here, ask questions, drop transactions. Let us address anything that's on your mind. But when we're here to address things, it's quiet. No one has anything to say. But when we leave, they come out and they start saying these things just because they know that we're not there to answer the false information that they're spreading, so they can get away with what they're saying. So we're here. We're always here. And it's just unfortunate that no matter how good of a job we do and how transparent and honest we are to the community, there's always going to be those bad apples that is fine, be a bad apple, but don't try to rub off on other people, which again, I get it. It's crypto. You want to do that. That's fine. But always remember that you're hurting their livelihood by doing that, by causing people to be fearful, by causing people to make rash decisions, by false information that you're pulling out of your ass and have never even verified, and you're just spreading it with your intentions of hurting people. That's just messed up, man.
Listen. Yeah, it is, Max. And this is the crazy thing that I find funny is, like, I'm seeing posts and I'm seeing Twitter. Can you mute yourself real quick? I'm echoing. Okay. So I'm seeing like Twitter posts of these guys are like, oh, Shibadoge, it's a dev project. It's not a community run project, blah, blah, blah. It's the devs. They're running a dictatorship, whatever, this, that. Bro, what are you guys even talking about? Do you want, like, I don't even understand what the hell that even means. We're here bringing as much as we possibly can to the table for the community. And they're claiming, oh, we're out here brainwashing people, or we're out here, it's a dev project and not a community project. That is 150% bullshit. We're actually the only people that I know of in the space that are as dedicated to their project as anybody else out there. There's literally nobody else out there who owns and runs a project that is as dedicated to the project as myself, Max, Peter, and Alex. So the thing is, it's all just hate, man. It's all just hate from people who have, either left the community to do their own thing, either got kicked out of the community because they were just, they didn't fit, or just because whatever the case is. But the thing is, the important thing is, not a lot of people look at it this way, but I look at it this way, is when people are hating on you, when you have haters, that just means you're doing something right. And we know we're doing something right because we've grown 27,000 plus people in less than a year on Etherscan. We've grown over hundreds of thousands of people on our social medias. We've grown you name it, 10 exchanges, centralized exchanges in under a year. We're still growing every single day. That we're doing the best that we possibly can, but people who feel burned and people who just want to talk out of their ass and try to build a hatred towards this, you guys could go and honestly fuck the right off. Like, you guys could go do your own thing, try whatever you want to do. Don't be talking shit about us, because, and if you are going to be talking shit about us, at least come with some firepower, come with some ammo, and come with some proof, and come with some transactions and stuff that you can actually talk shit about, rather than just be spreading false information. Because we're here and we're going to be answering any types of questions that we could get. And that's the thing. We're not going anywhere. We're here in the chat 24/7. I'm here in the chat 24/7. Yeah, I do sleep. Yeah, I do have a family. Yeah, I do have a life too. But I try my best to answer every single question that I get tagged in. And if I do miss anything, I come on this AMA, this VC every single week, and I talk to you guys, and I try to figure out everyone's concern, man. I'm a people pleaser at the end of the day. So this type of stuff gets me mad, and I don't get mad typically. But the thing is, it's like, we haven't ever done bad by anyone. We've given away over millions of dollars, over $1 million in a year. We've given it away. Nobody's doing that. Nobody is doing that. They're saying Cole was one of the guys who bought early and this and that, and they're trying to use that against us too. Guys, you guys are forgetting that we bought Cole's wallet. We bought not his wallet, but his tokens. We bought his tokens off of him so he doesn't dump it on you guys and sell it. We spent what, $300-something thousand US dollars to buy that shit so that he doesn't sell it and create sell pressure. So I don't know what.
Another thing, Leo, that was another thing that came up that they were lying about as well, saying that Cole bought tokens before we even launched. First of all, we never even met Cole until after we launched the project. Second of all, no one ever bought any tokens before launch because it was a fair launch. And we would love for you to show a transaction, which you obviously can't do that because it doesn't exist. We had a fair launch. No one bought tokens before. And when we did see a threat of the community being hurt, which was one of our top whales being Cole slowly shedding his bag, we were proactive and reached out to him and said, look, dude, instead of you selling on the community, let us pay out of our pocket to buy that bag off of you so the community is safe. And Cole agreed because he didn't want to dump on the community. And we came to an agreement to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy that bag off of Cole so you guys didn't get hurt. And those people who are spreading that FUD know that that's exactly what happened. Because
that's what we're doing with those tokens now. We're giving them away to you guys, dude. Like, somebody just won 500 quint. Where do you think we're gonna get those tokens from? That's the tokens that we bought. Man, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, some people just forget all this shit, man.
Leo, what's funny to me is when we did that, those same people who are spreading the FUD today came to us and said, "Oh, Max, when you guys buying that bag doesn't go unnoticed. What you guys did, the community really appreciates it, and we appreciate it. And thank you so much for saving the community and securing the community." And then what? 2 months later, they come out and they're spreading all this bullshit information without even verifying anything and just trying to hurt our community. They don't talk about the good things we did. None of that. None of the good things we do ever come to light. But anything that they think happened that's negative, you damn well are going to hear that. And we don't even hear it. The community hears it. So please, we'd love to discuss it. Come ask us, because we know for a fact everything you're saying is bullshit. None of it is proven. And if it is, come here, speak to us, and show us. And we'll say, you know, you're right. But that's not going to happen because nothing you're saying is right. Everything that you're saying, you're just pulling out of a bag just to spread false information. You guys are smart. You're not that dumb. There was a wallet yesterday, ENS. Someone bought an ENS and they named it Team Shibadoge.eth. And then they said, oh, this is the wallet of one of the team members, one of the devs. and it's dumping tokens. We looked up the wallet address, and guess what? It was one of our old community members, Debo. The whole time, this wallet, the team Shibadoge.eth ENS, the FUD was spreading about this wallet, that it's a team wallet, that it's a team wallet. The whole time it was happening, Debo was quiet. Debo wasn't saying anything. But once we looked up the wallet address and saw that it was Debo, because we've paid him out in the past as a winner of a giveaway, and we said, Debo, isn't this your wallet, bro? Guess what Debo says? Oh, yeah, it's my brother's wallet. For days, he's quiet, letting the FUD spread, because he's letting the FUD spread. And then guess what? We address it. We bring it out. Oh, yeah, Devs, you're right. That's my brother's wallet. Oh, thank you, Debo. And that just constantly keeps happening. Oh, Peter's wallet pulled liquidity. We look up the Etherscan transaction, and it's just some random community member that added $200 in liquidity and pulled it back out. None of these things come up to light in the main chat or in these VCs. They only spread this false information to our big holders behind in private DMs and everything. And our community is so amazing. Our community is so strong that it always gets back to us. So you same clowns who are spreading all this information to hurt our community, just know that everything is going to come back to us. So if you're going to at least try to hurt the community, at least be smarter about it. At least be more strategic.
At least be better. Get better at your craft, bro. It's sad. It's honestly sad. Like the way people are trying to do things is very unprofessional. Like, you know, if you're really trying to cause some harm, get better at it. Get better at it. And I'm saying that as a challenge, because I know that no matter what, the truth always prevails. So we do everything as honestly and as truthfully and with a good heart as possible that we possibly can. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can't even talk because my head's all over the place, but we try to make sure to do good every single day, and that's it. This project was brought to life in order to scale it to a worldwide global audience. So if 10 or 20 people leave, I'm not fazed by that. I don't care. I don't care if you've been here since day one. If you leave, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop the entire operation and close up shop and go, oh, fuck, dude, guys, Josh Elon left. Let's just go and start a new project now. Shibadoge is dead. No, that's not how it works. You leave, bye, goodbye. For every one of you that leave, 10 people are going to join. That's just how it works, because we know what we're doing as far as expanding this to a global audience. We know we're going to be a top coin one day. We know we're going to be a force to be reckoned with. We know that we're going to have one of the best reputations in Web3. So for you guys to try to come in and try to tarnish that, all I can say is good try, bro. You'll get your 2 minutes of fame, your 5 seconds of fame, whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, if you scroll back, you'll realize that your biggest growth has been with us. And that's all I got to say about that. So, I mean,
don't forget, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Don't forget.
Exactly. But I mean, that's yeah. Go ahead. Let's start taking some questions from people.
Yeah, I just wanted to give like my 2 pence on like the whole situation. Like, you know, like you guys have never failed to deliver on anything. Like, I've been here since early December. It was actually the NFTs I first found before I found the token you guys had going on. Like, and you know, just people coming in here spreading shit. Like, I don't even know where it's coming from. Like, you know, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, you know, been here for a long time, and I just don't even know what's going through people's minds, to be honest. Like,
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. It's just people trying to just get their voice out for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, like, to be honest, for me, like, it's 2 a.m. in the morning for me here. Like, this is the first live AMA I've been on in a very, very long time, and I just like felt it was one I had to come along to because of kind of everything that's been going on lately. And like, I listen to every single AMA back on YouTube, and nobody ever has any questions, and it's because you guys are always so clear on everything you're bringing forward, and like, there's never anything that the community doesn't know what's going on. So there's never any questions for anyone to have to bring up in the AMAs, because you just have so much clarity in everything you bring forward. So it's like sometimes I'd be like sitting on the AMA and it'd be quiet. Like I'd be listening to back on YouTube and it's like nobody's talking for like a couple of seconds. I'm like, okay, like what's going on? But there's still like 15 minutes, then somebody starts talking again. It's like, you know, that just goes to show like how much clarity you have in the project going forward. And then when people come in like fun, it's like what the fuck did you have to talk about? Like there would be AMAs where fucking nobody asks you any questions, and it's like now you're trying to fucking fud the shit out of it. It's like doesn't make sense.
Exactly,
You know what's the
exactly, man.
funniest part, dude? You know what's the funniest part? The same people who are funding us right now and who are trying to bring down our project, all that group of people, back when they were involved in Shibadoge, they were talking shit about each other behind their backs when they were involved in Shibadoge. And now today, they're going and creating this group of people together to come and FUD us. But it's like, if we expose them and the things they said about their partners that they're working with today, that they would come and tell us, and the receipts we have from these people who are funding us, like we could ruin their careers in 2 minutes. But it's like, we're not those people. We don't come out here and say this person said this about that person or this or that. It's like, these are the same people who are talking shit about each other when they were involved in our project. So it's like
100%. And the thing is, I have so much of those texts and so much of those conversations that I have screenshotted that I could literally just cause the biggest mayhem in their group if I wanted to. But I'm not gonna do that because that's just not what I do. That I'm all about unity, bringing people together, not this bullshit. So when things like this happen, I try not to get mad. I try not to get involved because that's not what we stand for. That's not what we want to deal with in this type of place. But it's like when things really get out of hand with these types of people, this is why we're having an AMA like this. This is why there's 100 freaking people in this AMA compared to the normal 50 or 45 or 50 that we normally have on even announcement days at this point. Is because people. I mean, maybe we should have more drama-filled AMAs. I don't know. Maybe it looks like this is what people like. So
but there's no need to get involved with this fucking bullshit that people be spreading because like karma always comes back to fucking get these kind of people. Like, and I know personally of people who have spread fucking false information, bullshit stories about shit, and karma has come back to bite them in the ass. So like,
Yeah, we're
there's no
live
point in
streaming,
engaging
by
with
the
people,
way.
like, yeah,
Yeah, we're live
it just
streaming,
comes
bro.
back to get them. Like, we keep going with our vision and what Shibadoge is all about, and that's it. That's all we need to fucking care about. Like,
You're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. And that's why we have nothing to hide. We're not worried about addressing anything because all our lives we've always worked to do things right and to treat people right. And that's why we are in the position we are in our lives right now, because we've never fucked someone over on our way up. So karma will always come back to bite you in the ass. And we know that that's going to happen to all these people. But at the end of the day, we also need to have this conversation to protect our community as well, because I don't want any single one person out of the 100 people who are listening right now to go off believing anything that's being said about us, to slander us and defame us, because none of it is true. So from time to time, it needs to be addressed so people are always in the loop and never have anything to worry about with Shibadoge.
yeah, no, definitely. But
100%.
that's why like there's never any issues within the community. People haven't asked questions in AMAs and stuff because you're always there first addressing it. Any issues that arise, you're there. Questions answered, FUD squashed.
It's easy to ignore questions, man. It's the hard part is answering them, and that's the thing. We never ignore them. We always answer anything on our plate. Whether we have the answer for you guys immediately off the top of our heads, or whether we have to, take a couple of minutes to look into it. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that we actually put the effort into being transparent, and we put the effort into making sure that our communication skills are there. So that's just something that I feel like is a very high value thing in our community. And the thing is, it's like, ask questions, guys. Literally, please ask questions. Even now, like, nobody's really asking questions. Like, if anybody has anything, feel free, unmute yourself, ask away. We're here.
Should I
When
burn?
burn
Should I
AMA?
buy?
Hey,
Should I
Leo.
buy more burn or
Burn.
Shibadoge
When
tokens?
burn AMA?
Well, see, this. I feel like today was a waste of an AMA because there was a whole different agenda of things that I wanted to put together and talk about today, but I completely scrapped the entire format because I just wanted to address all this. I felt like that. I felt like it needed to be addressed, and I felt like we had to talk about it. So, um, we'll have a more meaningful AMA on next Monday's AMA. This Thursday's AMA will be a little bit different. I'll put together a whole plan for that after this is all said and done. But um, you know, whatever I wanted to talk about this Monday, we'll talk about next Monday. But yeah.
I
Hey,
actually have a
Leo.
question.
Yes.
Go on, Fahad. You can go.
Hey, Leo. Hey, man. This is I sent you guys a long message yesterday, to you and Roof, but I just want to clear the air because I actually was, pretty upset last night, kind of like you with a different situation. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I have my entire, Burn and Shibadoge tokens on my Treasure wallet. My brother is struggling to pay for his college year, his senior year, and so I've been shilling and doing other side hustles to pay for that portion or to help him for his senior year. And I wish someone would have reached out to me because I would have gladly sent, my Treasure wallet address. I even sent that to you and Roof and in the DM just to see that not a single token left. And so it was just kind of caught me by surprise because one, I didn't even know there was FUD. I work 50 plus hours a week. And so I didn't know there was anyone even, like, I'm not here for drama. And so when I was randomly got tagged yesterday, I'm like, well, where's this coming from? And then, listening to this AMA, I've never once, spread any FUD. I've brought in a lot of my wife, a lot of family members and friends into this project. And so I'm sure you do, but I have multiple wallets with, various tokens, and all of my tokens personal for Shibadoge and Burn are locked in my Trezor. And so, I've been trying to help out. Me personally, like I say, if you really want to get to know me, I'll even, give you my name or whatever. This Debo is not my real name, but I was actually homeless my senior year in college, living in my car. And I don't want to, go down that, memory, bore you guys with that story. But my brother was contemplating on not even finishing his senior year for college. And so I was like, nope, I'm going to do whatever I can to help out. And so that one shilling wallet, you'll see there was never much in that wallet.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off, bro. Sorry to cut you off, bro. But see, like, this is what it is. It's these people are victimizing people like you. Whether it's fine if you put ENS and register it as Team Shiba Doge wallet. That's fine, man. That's a good name. Doesn't mean it's the official wallet. You get what I'm saying? I can change my
man, that's
wallet.
why I was so offended.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing is, like, you shouldn't be offended because what I was doing when I said that that's not Roof's wallet is I was addressing the fact that these people are saying like, hey, to Team Shiba Doge wallet belongs to the team and they're dumping on you guys or they're selling tokens or whatever. You get what I'm saying? So all I was doing is clearing that air. You and everybody else in this place are free to do what you guys want with your tokens, whether you buy or you sell. No one's going to judge you. No one cares. At the end of the day, everybody is worried about themselves and is focused on one main thing. And that main thing, as far as us, the devs go, is growing the project. And as far as you guys, the community go, is either supporting or making sure you guys are taking care of your families. Because believe me when I say it, but if I have to do something for my family, I will do it 100% same way like you do, man. And there shouldn't be anything for you to feel bad about. You don't have to dox your wallet to anybody here, man. Nobody needs to know. Nobody wants to know, and I'm sure people want to know, but they don't need to know. This is why Web3 is so important, is because that confidentiality is there. But when people are making fake accusations of like, hey, this is that guy's wallet, this is that guy's wallet, this is that guy's wallet, it's like, no, bro. That you can't do that if you don't know. And Josh Elon, bro, you're doxxed, dude. People know who you are. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be making enemies with people on the internet. That's not a smart thing to do when people know who you are. That's not a threat or anything. I'm just saying, people on the internet, you don't know who they are, man. You got to be careful out there. So it's almost as scary as making enemies on the street, dude.
Oh, I mean, exactly, man. Like, I know exactly what you mean. I grew up in South Sacramento. I'm not even, like I said, we grew up really poor. And so I told my brother, I'm like, I'm not touching my wallet, but I'm doing everything I can to help Shield and, you know, other stuff outside of cryptocurrency, but just to help him so he doesn't have to deal with the struggles that I did. And so that's all I want to do, just clear the air because, like I said, man, I'm not selling
Yeah,
that.
man. And now
But who
you're
knows
a
when?
solid supporter of ours, bro. I know you, and you know, you shill for us all the time, and you've just been around for such a long time, bro. So I honestly don't want you to feel offended about none of this, man. And it's no hard feelings, and we would definitely want to keep you around in the community, bro. And you know, you definitely have a place with us, no matter what.
Oh, I mean, yeah, and that's all it is. Like I said, I just wanted to clear the air because I didn't even know there was FUD to be honest with you. And so, you know, listening to this AMA, I'm like, well, dang, that makes sense because I'm like, where does this come from? Instead of, like I said, if I would have
Yeah.
like Roof or someone reached out to me, but you know, you're just clearing the air for that. So, I mean, just letting you know that, you know, not a single, literally, I swear, not a single Shiba Doge or burn token has left that treasure wallet, and it's. I don't even know when. I mean, I know this is an 8 year plan, but I have like 3 or 4 multiple wallets. So I was just, you know, letting that know I'm not selling any of my tokens, but I am trying to help my brother get to college. So that's all that is, man. I know this is like I said,
And we'll support you, and we'll support you. And as long as you know you stick with us through the journey, we'll make sure you know we could do everything that we can and give as many opportunities to you as possible, bro. I mean, you see, we bring too many things to the table. Each month it's something different where you can earn. So. Just
yeah, that's all it is, man. I don't want to.
I'm sure everything will work out perfectly fine for you and your brother, bro.
Yeah, that's all it is, man. I know someone said I'm an old member. I'm like, no, I'm not going nowhere. I'm here for the 8 years or as long as I'm, you know, alive. So that's all, man. You know, Team Shibados to the moon. And like I said, you won't find a single FUD attack from me, and you never will. So keep up the great work, man. That's all.
My man, one love. Thank you.
We appreciate you coming up here and addressing that and letting the community hear that out, Debo.
Leo, this is Olive. I know at one point you talked about the importance for people to be focused on what they're doing in this bear market, and there's a lot of FUD. You want to just reiterate a little bit of things why people need to have a goal. Man, there's a lot of conversation here. Why people need to have a goal and kind of stick to their plan because the flooding comes and some people instead of asking the question, they just jump to a conclusion and sell the little that they have and then they can't buy it in. So can you just, I know you did one whole AMA on that, but can you just talk about the importance of why people need to stay focused, have their plan and stick to what they want to do regardless of all the crap that's happening around?
Yeah, man, 100%. So, I mean, I won't get all into it like I did last time, but I'll give you a brief summary. You know, especially in times like this in the bear market when things aren't going as crazy as they normally do in a bull market, you know, things are slow and people get bored at the end of the day, right? So it's like they lose track of uh they should be focused on. You should in this space, especially if you're an investor, especially in like the DEX space or in the meme coin space or even in just crypto in general, you gotta make a goal for yourself in your investing life and also in your personal real world life too, and you got to stay focused on that because it's very hard to lose focus in a place of FUD when in a bear market. That's all you see is FUD. All the good news, all the positive news gets suppressed, and what happens to all the FUD? It just gets put on a pedestal. It gets literally showcased, and it's like the number one thing to check out and this and that. But the thing is, there's two types of FUD. There's FUD that's real, and there's FUD that has basis to it and proof to it, and then there's FUD that is just literally people talking out of their ass. So you got to be able to differentiate the two, and that comes down to you being able to do your own research and being familiar with what you're getting yourself into. This is why it's not a good idea to just buy things without doing any research prior and kind of being able to establish a baseline of like what type of project you're getting yourself into. We've done a very good job of laying out a lot of information on our YouTube, on our mediums, on our website and Telegram and Discord or whatever, everything else to give people that opportunity and that window for them to be able to do their own research, get as much live action footage as they possibly can of what to expect with Shiba Doge, because all of our AMAs are recorded so people can go back and listen and find out anything that they want to find out at any given time. And it's all about having a goal, man. You can't let the FUD phase you, and you can't let the FUD scare you out of your bags and your positions, and then like, look, I'm gonna read a message out right now from my screen. I'm looking at it right now. I'm not gonna say who this is from. It says, LMAO, I'll probably be the first to admit I talked shit based on misinformation, but I'm glad you guys did this AMA. I got caught in the middle because everything they started hitting me up from out of nowhere. I was confused because I had no idea where they were getting this info from. You get what I'm saying? Like, this type of stuff, it bothers people because it scares them. And the thing is, it's like, if you're out here spreading misinformation, you're a little bitch. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, yeah. Go ahead, AC.
I just really wanted to get my own opinion on the matter, because I'm only just learning about it now myself. But one thing I would say to everybody is, when it comes to crypto and it comes to investing in general, you've got to take emotions out of it. Everybody has their own financial position. Everyone's got their own things going on, and people want to leave and people want to join, and you've got to let people do what they want to do. And when you put emotions in place in such a volatile environment, it's a lose-lose. So you can't get attached to people. You obviously, we're here as a community and we want to grow together and keep continuing to be successful as a community. But when someone wants to leave, we just got to let them go. There's no point in fighting with them. And if they want to FUD, then all they're doing is they're exposing themselves and their own personalities, and their character is shining through. And I don't know about anybody else, but I don't want to be connected to people who have that, negative side. There's a good reason why I've not been contacted by these people as well. I've been looking through my DMs to see if anyone contacted me about all this stuff, and I've not got a single DM, because people know how loyal I am to the Shiba Doge project, and there's absolutely no way that anybody should be FUDing a project where everybody knows that the devs turn up every single day, and whenever it's good or bad, they're still here and they're still flying the flag for the project. And
100%.
Yeah, and the transparency between the devs and the community is, it's imperative, and it's proven for almost a year. So anybody that's going to shake or is going to allow some other people who didn't create the project to shake them out of the project, then it's going to be your loss in the end. That's my
that's exactly, man. And you know what it is? They're burning their own bridges, because what they're doing is they're only hurting themselves and they're only hurting their credibility. Because the thing is, it's like, over the past year, we've helped build a lot of people up on Twitter, on Telegram, just building their reputation or whatever the case is. And doing things like this is no one's going to want to work with you, bro. Nobody is going to want to work with you. There is so much opportunity for you to make so much money in the space, just by having a good reputation online, and you're out here tarnishing it for nothing, just for a personal vendetta or whatever the case is. You guys go ahead and burn your bridges. You know what we're doing? We burned our ships. What does it mean when I say we're burning our ships? There is no going back. We came to conquer, and we're staying. So burn the ships, because we ain't going back. We're here and we're gonna conquer. That's what we're doing. You guys go ahead and burn your bridges. That's fine.
Yeah, if people want to leave, though, you've just got. I've had this conversation with a lot of people, and it's you can't get annoyed with people who want to leave. You just don't know what their financial position is, and you don't know who's in their ear. And people are swayed by other people's opinions, and they want to, believe whatever's being said. Then that's up to them. And I always say, like, getting into Shiba Doge is like having the golden ticket, because when you have your entry into this project, if you've bought any of the token, then it's just a matter of time. There's a reason why we're the only hybrid token, we're the first hybrid token, and the only one still around, because it's the only real project. And I heard a lot of people who got stung by entering into the other hybrid projects before or after Shiba Doge, and every single one of them turned out to be, a fake project, unfortunately. Shiba Doge has been here for almost a year and has given away more money than I've ever seen given away ever, and is continuously trying to offer more and more value daily to the community that believe in the project. And not only that, you get reflections, so you get redistributed tokens every single buy and sell. So you're getting paid to hold the token. It's a no-brainer.
100%, man. That's not even the point about how much we gave away, AC. I mean, that's the cherry on top, right? I mean, because we want to keep giving away as much as possible, but the beautiful part is we could have not gave away a single dollar, but as long as we stayed truthful, stayed honest, and stayed transparent, we still would have been at the same place we are right now. Still been continuously growing and continuously doing everything that we've been planned to do. All the money we give away is just because we think you guys deserve it, and like not just that you guys deserve it, it's because it makes us as people feel good knowing that we're helping other people out. Debo was up here saying that we created a side hustle for him over here. Imagine all the other side hustles we created for everybody else participating, making an extra 100, 200, 300 bucks here and there, or whatever, $30, $50. It all adds up, and it all makes people's lives a little bit better, a tiny bit, whether it's a huge or a small thing for them. It doesn't matter, as long as it's a bit of positivity. We know that this community was able to bring that to them, and that's the most powerful thing.
Yeah, and the thing is, I completely agree with you, and I hope you've not seen that as the way I wasn't expecting for you to take it. But I'm just saying that the amount of generosity that you offer as a dev team is it's proven, and I know that the community appreciates it. And it's so much so that there's been FUD based on the giveaways as well, which have all been proven to be real, and obviously real, because I think you buy into people's character, and you buy into people through credibility, and all you guys are doing is proving that credibility over time. And this, like I said, the project's nearly a year old, and all it's done is continue to grow and continue to grow in value across the crypto space. And there's so many eyes on the project, and I honestly feel like it's you're lucky if you're in, because it's not going to be early forever.
Exactly. It's not going to be early forever. That's a good way to look at it, man. And right now it's still early, and the bear market, I've always said this in the past, but the bear market turned on a time machine. So if you look at history is always proven to show that stocks, crypto, whatever you call it, you name it, if it crashes, it ends up creating new highs at the next bull run. So don't get scared out of your bags before that next bull run, whether it's in this project or whether it's in any other project. Don't let any other people, especially stupid people on the internet, scare you out of your bags. It's not smart. Do your own research. Ask your own questions. We give you guys a platform to ask questions. Please utilize it. We're here for you guys. This is why we do this shit every week.
I challenge everybody. This is not financial advice. This is just a challenge for you to take if you want to take it. But all you need to do is go over to Google and type in the Wall Street cheat sheet, and then just look at how it's laid out, and then look at the Shibadoge chart, and just have your mind blown. It's just something for you to look at, not to take as any kind of financial advice, or it's just literally for education and just for fun, really. But everyone should do that. Like, have a look at the Wall Street cheat sheet and just look at that chart. Yeah. It's crazy.
And you see, and one thing to kind of like, a little bit of this is kind of our fault too. I just read a message from this guy, Crypto Legion, in our chat. He says, "Be careful who you give power to." And that really hits home for me, because these people who are fighting us right now, these are people who we trusted, who we gave them admin permissions, who we gave them a platform, we gave them an opportunity to grow, we gave them an opportunity to be a part of a winning team, and that hits home for me, man. Crypto Legion, what you said is very powerful. Be careful who you give power to. And we had to learn that the hard way. We're still learning that right now with these people. And the thing is, it's, at the end of the day, you guys could go out there and tweet and say, oh, it's a dev run project, or it's this or that. No, it's a community run project 100%. But the thing is, you guys actually have devs who give a shit, and you guys actually have devs who care, and devs who want to continue innovating in the space. So yeah, call it a dev run project if that's what you want to call it. But that's literally what it is at the end of the day.
I'd say it's a learning. I think it's a learning project for everybody. There's people new, and there's people who are veterans and have been around crypto for a long time, but we're all learning every day. There's no day that's the same in crypto, because we're still very small percentage of the world. We're nowhere near mainstream. So whether you want to call it a dev-run project or a community-driven project, whatever you want to call it, everybody here is trying to support each other. That's the main thing. We're going to grow over time, and we're going to continue to gain the loyalty, the trust, and like the credibility that the project deserves and the dev team deserve.
Hey, Leo.
That's right. Hey, what's up, cuz?
What's up? How y'all doing? Hey, just a quick question. I know it wasn't not a dev-led project, but what's the status of the K9 project? I know a lot of people invested in that. What's your outlook on that? I know a few people that started it or whatever are no longer in the project. So what's your outlook there?
So, okay. So this is what the K9 project was supposed to be when it started. The K9 project was something that Josh Elon and his friends or whatever decided that they wanted to start. And the whole back end of what the K9 project was to start for was so that they can actually support the floor on the Doge Army and the Shiba Army NFTs. That's what they want. That's what they're claiming that they wanted to use the K9 club for. So that it evolved to whatever the hell it evolved to, but that's not anything that myself or any of the other devs had anything to do with or touch or anything like that. It was just something that the community wanted to start to support, like a sister support project for the NFTs, right? And then very quickly turned into something else. And the people who left because they were like, "Yo, this is not what we signed up for," and the K9 club ended up turning into a whatever the hell it is now. I don't even know if it's active or not anymore.
Well, I don't know if it's active, but I know that there was a lot of friction that happened within that. Community members started turning against each other. I don't know exactly what happened, but all I know is that I'm glad that us, the devs, didn't get involved with that because we had an opportunity where we were funding the K9 group. We contributed over $20,000 to that community. We gave a ton of ETH to it. We gave a lot away to it, and we had an opportunity to be on the basically the wallet, because the way the K9 wallet worked, it was a multi-sig wallet where it needed the majority of the whole team members of that project to have to agree for decisions to pass through. And we had an opportunity to be a part of the team members who were on the multi-sig wallet, and we ended up not doing that. And I'm glad we did not do that, because ultimately that just ended up going down the drain. The K9 group fell apart. Everyone turned against each other, and the funds are misused. And NFTs, I don't know what even happened to the NFTs. It was just a large shit show, and we lost a lot of money supporting it. And ultimately, we lost a lot of community members to it as well, because there was just so much hidden agendas between people who were running that. So
yeah, they just wanted to find a quick way to make money, and they were using the K9 club as an outlet.
And we're not affiliated with the K9 group. We do not endorse it. Anything involved with it has nothing to do with us.
Yep. That initial 20K that we gave them, or I don't even know, it might have been more, Max. I think it was 20 ETH or 15 ETH or something like that. I can't remember.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. So yeah, obviously we supported them because it was a community ran thing. We wanted to see them actually succeed. We wanted to see them do right, but it was just run by a bunch of money hungry people who lost sight of what they started the whole thing for, and then it just one thing turned into another, and they started screwing each other over in there, and and then we're like, all right, well, you guys, we don't want anything to do with this anymore.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a different token now. If you go in there, it's a totally different token. They're putting the money towards a different token, so that's over, man.
Yeah, and then when that one dies, they'll start a different one.
Yeah, just be careful, guys. Definitely approach that with caution. They've been doing a lot of things that K9 club was initially started to be solely for Shiba Doge.
and there was a lot of promises made to us, the dev team, that they would be conducting with that club, which ultimately that didn't end up happening, completely changed, and now it's a complete hopsquadge of who knows what it is. So definitely be careful investing in it if you were thinking of investing in it. We would not advise that.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, so with the NFTs, the staking, when we unstake them and collect the spoils, are the spoils aren't taxed until they're sold, right? Is that right?
Yeah. So any type of tax that happens is like, for example, on the tokenomics is just on buys and sells. So transfers or claims or anything like that, you will not be taxed the tokenomics on.
Okay. New to it, so yep.
We internally discussed possibly having a 15% tax on it, but then majority of the people said there's no point to tax the community anymore. Even though it follows the tokenomics, we decided to leave the tax out.
Okay.
Hey, question.
Yep, what's up, bro?
Hey, are you guys planning to maybe switch contracts in the future and reduce the zeros or no?
As of right now, no, bro. We haven't discussed. Don't really want to do that. Right now, the Shibadoge is going to be Shibadoge pretty much for the next 888 years, right? We have we have an 888-year vision for it, and our tokenomics are our tokenomics, so they're not changing. But if like you guys are interested in smaller zeros, we have the Burn project. We have like different ecosystems as well too. And in the future, we will have more ecosystems that pretty much are like a spider web of things connecting everything together. But Shibadoge will always be the top dog and just like our loved, our number one like project. You get what I'm saying? So like we're not going to change anything up as far as Shibadoge goes.
Oh, cool. I'm glad to hear that because I hate when they switch contracts and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass for investors, especially because a lot of people get confused on how to migrate over and everything else that comes with it. But our contract was made in a way where we don't have to change it. Liquidity is locked in the contract and internally, so it's like we're not gonna go into change anything about that anytime soon, or maybe ever probably. Yeah.
So now I'm happy because most of the projects that they did the V2 contract, a lot of them, like you said, they lost a lot of investors, and I've lost a lot of money, and I'm pretty sure everyone else did. Nobody really likes that. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, we were able to hit close to a $300 million market cap on current contract and current tokenomics. So that's not it's not to rule out that we can't hit 10 times that amount with the same contract. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying we're going to. I'm just saying it doesn't rule out the option that this contract is good enough to support a $3 billion market cap. So there's nothing for us to want to change the contract over to anything else.
Yeah, no, I was there with you guys. I was one of the first investors, so I was there with you guys when you guys hit it. So, all right, man. That was my question. That was my question.
Good question, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
I got
Hey,
another
Leo.
question.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. So when I do my taxes, I wouldn't have to report that as like miscellaneous income, or would I have to for the
I wouldn't. Well, I wouldn't be able to give you advice on that. But if I were you, I wouldn't report it. Just personally, because it's not a income. You get what I'm saying? It's a meme coin. We're not a security. So it'll be realized income technically if you like turn it into ETH and then cash it out and do that. But
okay, that's what I was getting at. Okay, thanks.
Gotcha.
I got something to say. There's no one up in line.
What's up, Johnny?
Not much, guys. So I just say real quick, like, your guys' honesty and integrity that you guys have within the project, I've said it a gazillion times, it's unmatched. I'll just use the example of when I was fortunate enough to mint a one-of-one NFT. I had no idea that I got $5,000 worth of ETH from minting that, and that was something that I can't remember who it was within the team that reached out saying, "Hey, did you receive this yet? Because you've entered the 1-on-1, and this is what you get." And had that not happened, that's just something I would have missed. I would have never got it because I have so much going on that it's hard for me to follow and pay attention to everything. But it's like you guys have been solid through and through, and you guys just doing the AMA to clear up people's nonsense or jealousy or whatever it may be is more evidence that you guys are really here for supporting those that believe in the project and want to see the growth and be part of the Shiba Doge train and where it's going. So, that's just want to share that with those that maybe new in here and haven't heard. Like, you guys legitimately have integrity, and you're not out to scam and to take advantage or pull something over on somebody. And then that in this space goes a really long way.
100%. Not just in this space, but in life generally, Johnny. That's one thing
Absolutely,
that is
yeah.
very important. All you have in this world, you can have all the money in the world, it doesn't matter. But as long as you have your respect and you have your word, that's all you need. And once you lose that, that's when you lose everything. So, as men, we have our we respect the fact that our word means something, and that's more valuable than money.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Johnny. We appreciate your continuous support, bro. You've always been a solid supporter, man. And you've won that $5,000 NFT mint. And honestly, it's like people like you are the people who deserve to win things like that. It's like not just you necessarily per se as an individual, but people like you who have a good heart and people who are supporters. And it's like you manifest positivity. You manifest positivity, you will get positivity. So just like take all this negative stuff out of the equation, guys. It's like there's no need for it.
We're from here. It's the future of what Shiba Doge has and has in store for everybody in the community and those that are still haven't entered into it. It's going to be phenomenal. The ride's going to be awesome, and I can only imagine the position of you guys as the divs being able to provide these types of things for people. It's pretty awesome, guys. Keep up.
I've had DMs in the past that have said, why are the dev team doing this? What are they actually achieving? If they've got all these millions from being early in Shiba and Doge, and they're whales and they've got successful businesses XYZ, then why do it? And I always say, and I don't think I've actually said it to the devs before on an AMA, but I've said it privately away from people. But I say the devs are obviously chasing legacy. So there's a lot more to it. When you've got money, you don't need money. So you're on a different mountain. We're climbing the money mountain, or we're trying to find our way to the top of whatever place we're in at the moment. These guys are on a completely different. They're climbing a different Everest to you. And when you're chasing legacy, you can't put any numbers on that.
100% AC. And that's the thing, man, is like a lot of people forget that we're in here doing what we're doing because it makes us feel good about it. We actually found something that we enjoy doing. We found something that we can actually see a bright future in, and just something that's innovative and different and not like so generic as to what everybody else in the world is doing. So, that's what it is for us, man. We have such a strong passion for this space and for this project and for this community that we're here for the long run. Like I said, we burned those ships. There is no going back. We've chosen our path. Like, this is the world that we chose. We're gonna conquer it. We burned those ships. We can't go back to where we came from. We're here and we're gonna keep moving forward.
It's funny that you say that. A memory just pops up into my head when I think you guys had been like 72 hours at one point during the beginning of the project, maybe the first few months. And I remember you guys just had put a post. It was either in Telegram or maybe it was on Twitter, and it was just like talking about how you were grinding away and you'd not slept for 3 days, and just the commitment that people won't be aware of, because not everybody here is maybe been here from the very beginning, but you guys have put so many hours and so much consistency into the project, and it's testament to who you are as devs, and you can't ignore that. You know, it's hard work and it's persistence, and it's so that you can give back what, you know, I'd say luck on the side of you know, fortune. You make your own luck, but you know, you're trying to give back, you know, these kind of opportunities that you were lucky enough to be in as well, with being early in those two projects. You're giving everyone else a chance to be early in, you know, the two of your favorite projects. It just is so cool. But if you've not been there from the beginning, you know, these guys work really, really hard behind the scenes.
AC, even on the launch of Burn, I remember Peter like coming into the VC when the like contract was dropping. He was like, no, like he was proper getting like freaked out about contract dropping. He's like, don't anybody click anything until shit goes live. And then Leo jumped in and was like, yeah, it's live. But like just the fucking passion that man had was like, don't fucking screw it over by anybody like until we confirm the shit goes live.
Yeah, man, that's the thing. It's passion, bro. Everything we do, there's just passion involved. If we weren't passionate about anything, we wouldn't be doing it right now, and that's the honest truth.
It's really, really important to know as well that there was a time when there were the other hybrid tokens were launching off the back of Shibadoge, and the devs were in the Telegram saying to people, you know, we can't stop you from investing in other projects, but we would advise that you be really careful because there's a likelihood that these are not genuine projects. But, you know, here's some of our best tips, and this is the type of stuff that we've seen, and that we would advise that you basically stay clear of these other projects because they're likely not going to be around. And, you know, that information that they said all those months back has been proven true because there are none left on the Shiba.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, and you didn't need to do that. That's you know, something else to point out. You guys didn't need to do that. You could have just left everybody to get burned, but you care a lot about the people who.
Well, that's the difference between us, man. We look at everyone and we know that there's people behind that screen, man, and genuine people that just want to make it and just want to, you know, find success or whatever they want to find, or just a nice place that they can hang out. And that's the thing. Other people in the space, they look at you, they look at your username, and they're like, okay, that's just another number. That's just another number. And that's the thing. We don't look at you guys like that. We look at everyone and treat everyone like people, because behind that screen, you are a person with feelings, with goals, with a family, with, you know, intentions to make it. And that's how we treat you, just like as if you were sitting next to us, you know, right now. So that's important, man. That's important.
Do you know what though? I always, when I speak about the project to people, I always say to them that, you know, if you've had a hard time through life, or you've had a few knocks, and you know, you constantly show up and you're trying your hardest, and you know, you're trying to get yourself into a better place, or your family and everything isn't going your way. But finding this project for me is your, you know, light at the end of the tunnel, because you don't realize how, not yet anyway, you don't realize how lucky you are to have found this project and not another one. So I always think that if you constantly do good deeds and you constantly try and, you know, give yourself good karma, eventually you get paid back and this is something that is happening. Everybody here has that opportunity to get their reward that they've worked for, whether they've been working hard 9 to 5, whether they've been working 9 to 5, then 6 to 2 in the morning on their own side hustle, whatever it is. It's brought you to this project, and it's something that's going to, if you stay and you believe in it, genuinely believe in it, then the rewards will come. It's just a case of how long are you willing to wait.
That's right.
Leo, I've got a question about NFT breeding. I don't know, maybe you want to address this on a different but I was just wondering about, so I remember you saying, like, if you breed, say, like a 1-of-1 with a 1-of-1 from the Doge Arm and Shiba Army, you'll get like some crazy Shibadoge NFT. So like if you breed, like, say, a captain with an Air Force from the Doge and the Shib, do you get like a higher rank, or does it have to be like the same ranks from each collection to get a higher rank?
every different combination will yield something different. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, obviously the higher rank ones paired with another higher ranked one gives you a higher chance of a like a rare or whatever. But the beautiful thing is what we've done with the breeding process is when you're going to be going through your breeding cycle, you see what you're going to be generating beforehand, and you have to confirm like, hey, okay, I want to do this, and I know I'm going to be getting this NFT. It's not just going to be a surprise where you breed it and you get a surprise AMA and you're stuck, a surprise NFT and you're stuck with it. You'll be able to experiment with different NFTs that you own and see which ones can yield the best outcome for you. So that's just something that we made sure to include in the system of it, so that you guys don't get stuck with something you don't want, and you can actually experiment and see which ones yield something that you like more.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. And then just in terms of Shiba Army NFT mints open again, when could we be expecting to see them open?
They will open again this month. They will open again this month. We're putting together a campaign for it, so we'll have an announcement for that. One of these AMAs.
I'm rewatching of course, the Book of Boba Fett here on Disney, so I'm just manifesting Boba Shib here.
That's right. Man, yeah, I mean, talking about the Shiba Army, guys, we are going to open up the minting this month again, and the Vitalik is still out there, and that's just a whole another prize waiting for the community to win, right? So it just circle back all the way back to what we talked about in the beginning. It's like nobody is doing these types of giveaways like we're doing, and especially in the bear market, man. I mean, just last week, one of our community members won 500 quint. We still have to send that out. I wanted to sit down today and put all of those addresses in and send all the addresses out, but it's just like I got so like distracted and preoccupied with all this FUD that I just like lost my train of thought. So if you guys are part of the winners that won last week in any of the giveaways or shill contests, I apologize in advance. I wanted to send out all of the things by today, but you're going to probably have to wait another day. So I'll probably work on all that tomorrow. So just wanted to give you guys a quick update on that too.
Hello, Leo. Hi.
Hey.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So this is just a technical question. Shibadoge is one of the project that I think it's maybe the only one that they lock the liquidity in the contract, not like in a third party. But this is just a technical question. As far as I know, the contract is not renounced. Yeah.
No, the contract is not renounced, but there is no function built into the contract that allows anybody, even in possession of the contract, to call a function to withdraw liquidity. So there is only a deposit function. There is no withdraw function built into the contract. So even if we wanted to, we can't take the liquidity out. It's locked in there forever. And then 20% of that liquidity is locked in the token locker on Unicrypt. So 80% of the liquidity is locked in the contract indefinitely with no withdraw function. And the rest of the liquidity is locked on the token locker, like a third party, specifically Unicrypt, which you guys could see. It's public information on Dex Tools.
But since it's not renounced, I'm not trying to make fun or anything. I'm just trying to learn. Since it's not renounced, you cannot like add this function, the withdraw function, or not?
In order to do that, you need to pretty much launch a new contract to add function. So it's like once code is launched on Etherscan, or not on Etherscan, but on Solidity, once you launch it and make it live, unfortunately you can't edit that code anymore. It's not unfortunate, actually. It's a good way from making people stick to what they bring to the table. But then again, it also makes it so that some projects can't implement like future advancements without having to like go to a V2 or whatever. But that's not the case with us. Our tokenomics are all set up to work for the next 888 years is what we hope for. So, yeah, that's what I got to say about that.
So yeah, that's why I asked this question, just to learn. So let's say if I'm gonna invest in another token and they claim that they have like they lock the liquidity in the contract, so I should just look to the contract and look for a withdraw function or not? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but you definitely want to kind of be able to understand a little bit about what to look for in contracts too, because people can hide some pretty shady things in contracts. So obviously make sure that the contract has been audited by, a reputable audit firm like Certic or, some other good ones. And that's definitely something that you want to read over all of their audit notes and make sure that there's nothing hidden in the contract.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, of course, man. Thank you. All right, guys. Hey, if there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. We'll come back Thursday on a more positive note. We'll talk about some different things that I wanted to talk about this week. But I'm glad we did this. At the end of the day, it's unfortunate that we had to deal with FUD, but it's very important that we're able to actually come up and talk to you guys through it and be able to clear the air. Well, we're always going to be able to do this because, like I said, the truth always prevails, and we do everything truthfully and honestly. So we never have any issues coming up and talking about anything. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end it here, guys. I do really want to thank everybody for joining us today. Honestly, I didn't expect to see as many people show up as they did, but I'm glad you guys did. Moving forward, this is our anniversary month, so we are going to be, bringing to the table some events and stuff. So keep your eyes open for that. But I'll be back here on Thursday, 4:30 p.m. PST, and we'll talk about everything else that we need to talk about. Until then, if you missed Doge, that sucks. If you missed Shiba, that also sucks. If you miss Shiba Doge, then you suck. And if you're a fudder, then you could just suck it. Peace out, guys.
Let's go.
Later. I'm out.
Thanks, you.